Little chest press action.
Yeah, like how did it feel for you? All right, so today this is just going to be step one, day one, and what'll probably be a series of 45-minute to hour-long sessions that are for a while going to be focused on just the two-handed kettlebell swing and the Turkish get up. So this truly is like our day one, step one, like where we start with a new client who's never swung before. The nice thing would be is if you had them for a little bit and they already have good hip hinge mechanics and a decent deadlift. So that's probably the way you'll often be approaching this, but we're going to go to a whole nother level where like that's not even the case yet. So, all right, today we've got Maeve and we have Evan. Evan's movement quality might not be as good as it normally would be. He's a little banged up. We're going to watch this in years. You'll be like, oh my God, I remember that was when I went in the Brandywine River and had bacteria. All right, so anyway, so the starting point on this, like the way I like to kind of like layer this, so to speak, in the very beginning is teach hip hinge mechanics first. We're going to do that with the dowel.
You'll know when
Then I like to take that a step further and say, all right, well, we need to breathe when we do this hip hinging. So then what is breathe in, sorry, bring in the breathing cycle and sync up. And then we'll talk about like what's the stability bracing side of it. And then we'll bring in like some outside drills that help support those things. All right, so let's start off with hinging. So we're going to do this the way that we always do this. We're going to grab our dowel. We're going to put it on the back of our head and middle spine and our tail. So that's that starting point. We know we don't want to lose any of those 3 points of contact. And when you do your hinge, we always want to unlock those knees first. So from this position, I'm just softening those knees. And then I'm just thinking about sticking my butt as far back and behind me as I can. I find my bottom and I come right back up. So let's work that pattern for a few. Now, at the moment, the two of you have sneakers on. Don't worry about that for now, but I'm going to ask that they come off as we go. Okay, so with kettlebells especially, think about the dynamic nature of the hinge that we're doing. If you have an elevation in your heel, the chances of face planting go up. And just the fact that the sneakers are squishy, you're less stable. So that's why they should really come off. All right, so you two are working through your hip hinge mechanics, right? So we have this order of operations that we soften our knees and basically just sticking your butt back and behind. I'm going to confirm that you're not losing the contact with your dowel on your tailbone or your head. All right, so you two are nice and clean up. That looks great. Right, so, okay, why don't you teach your sneakers right now? Stupidly obvious question. When we sync our breath with this, what are we going to do and when? So when do we inhale? When do we exhale? Maybe what do you got?
Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up.
So that's what I want to incorporate in now. So let's go 5 reps, the same thing you did. Why don't you two face this way so like the camera could see, that way when Dante does this, he'll be able to see what's going on. So just give us the 5 reps if you don't mind. I do your thing.
Yeah.
And then for being tight, that looks really good.
All right.
I may have seen you got some pretty high arches there, so you're gonna have to fight for foot stability. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
But there you are, you're good. Okay. All right, so one note that you'll notice a lot of times as people are starting to do this is they're going to lose their big toes when they're at the bottom. So I don't always cue that out of the gate because you can easily give too much information. But maybe when you had your sneakers on, you were losing your toes. So that's one of the reasons I asked to take them off. You're clean. So I would cue that big toe contact, but only if I have to cue that big toe contact for the record. All right. So they've been inhaling down and exhaling up, and that all looks great. Cool. All right, relax for a sec. Now, you two pretty naturally went into like a hip width foot position. So I didn't say anything about that, but that's a very early step. Yeah, you're good. Do whatever you do. All right, so we got our hip hinge mechanics going. You two already knew how to stretch your feet, and then we've just put in our breath cycle. All right, so we got 2 out of 3 layers. We got one more really important layer. The next one is we got to brace, right? So here's the cueing I'll usually give, and you can just keep your dowel if you like, or you can go to prisoner pose if you prefer, where you interlock the fingers. So the mechanics are all the same, and the breath sync is the same. But all we want to do now is have a consistent abdominal brace. So the way I cue this is like, can I use you as a So yeah, it's like you have similar, right? He's punching the stomach. So that reflex response that you would have to basically like engage and protect yourself, that's really what I'm looking for. So I'm not looking for like hollow, I'm not looking for a suck in. It's just more like if I poke, I can't really poke in there, if that makes sense. So you have that established. Cool. So you're trying to maintain some level of that the entire way. Maybe it's 30 or 40% of what would be a max contraction. So go ahead and maintain this, right? Inhale, find your bottom. Now, we're gonna squeeze our glutes, or you could say drive through your heel and just stand up.
Good.
And that's it. So now that's that extra layer of how do we, so we know how to move, we know how to breathe, and now we have that bracing tune. So again, like, does he have it here? He lost it, now he's got it back, now come on up. And it's right there where you can kind of, with a closed fist, you can kind of hit the side of the glute. I do that on the deadlift as well. And that's it. So, all right, let's go 5 reps now with those 3 layers. I'll coach maybe more than you would actually do in real life, but let's go for it. So let's just go prisoner's pose. Evan, sorry about your hamstrings in advance, man. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a little bit of an abdominal brace going in right now. We're gonna unlock the knees. All right, keeping your brace. Inhale and find the bottom of your hip hinge. Good. Good. Now, drive through your heels, stand up, exhale. Good. All right, so again, a little abdominal brace, soften your knees, inhale down.
Gotta move forward a little
Yeah,
bit.
you're gonna hit that power block behind you. Find it, find it, find it. All right, drive through your heels, stand up, quick exhale. All right, I'll stop cueing you. Let's just see it. So I'm gonna poke Evan with his permission.
As we're going down.
I didn't ask for it before.
Yes.
Okay, good. And let's see. Good. Nate, do I have your permission to? Okay. And this is really the only way I think to like really know. Yep, you're right there.
Set up just like that.
They were on the way up. And relax. Cool. Okay. So that's the critical first step before you actually put a kettlebell into their hands. Now, in reality, I would want to have my clients deadlifting for a while because that's a slow hip hinge under load. This is a fast hip hinge under load. So, you know, if they're not deadlifting what you perceive to be a reasonable amount of weight for their body weight, just decent, like acceptable. They don't swing it. Okay? And then if we want to look at the FMS really quick, if they don't have good active straight leg raise, at least a 2-2, they should not be swinging a kettlebell either, because that means they have posterior chain dysfunction. Hard enough to deadlift with that, way harder to do that under speed and maintain neutral spine, right? Okay. Logical. You can also look at if they have like a 1 on their trunk stability, but you don't think it's purely because of their upper body strength, but it's because they kind of can't keep this put together. That's a really good indication that they're not going to be able to keep their core put together throughout the full range of motion of that swing. So they're going to be that person that's doing this. That's 100% how you heard that. So those are some criteria just to like consider. So it's, again, I look at trunk stability push-up, I look at active straight leg raise, and also look at like, say, someone's a 1-2 on their rotary stability. Again, like they're probably not a candidate for this yet. So they have to have some decent level of stability and a functional posterior chain, and they've been deadlifting. So that's like a lot of criteria that has to be in place before we swing. So what does that mean?
Just the negatives?
Well, does everyone get to swing a kettlebell?
To that bottom,
Yeah.
you're not really.
So let's say though, they meet all that criteria. Can you think another reason why someone might not swing a kettlebell?
Probably do these for like another 2-3 weeks.
So they met your criteria. All right, remember that paperwork stuff I sent to you in the beginning? What might be on there?
Regular push-ups. If you feel like
Like, look,
you're capable of doing that.
Forget about the testing, how about the
Be a
more
good
fundamental
next
stuff,
step.
like the part Q type stuff?
So, I will tell the continent, especially one more week to do it.
I'm gonna just say,
Yeah.
significant level
sure
right
that-
over. Okay, there's been like some serious like injuries.
Very
Like Dave Paul is an interesting example. The two of you know him. Dave Saul can deadlift 310 pounds for 5 rounds down. But for whatever reason, once we put Dave Saul under a different situation where it's a speedy, quick posterior chain load, we just can't keep the core put together and his back hurts. And he has some back history. So like, it's not 100% of the time, but I shy away from like herniations and the lumbar disc. Doesn't mean it's like 100% forever can't do it, but like, if they move poorly, they're gonna definitely hurt themselves. So like, you just need to think through the risk and the reward of that. That's what I'm saying. Okay, all right, so now let's go through like, how do you swing the kettlebell for the first time, right? So they met all your criteria, they don't have a back history, here's the kettlebell. So Nate, like real life, like if you were gonna swing this for the first time, I'm just curious, like, how would you get it started?
how would I get it set up?
Yeah,
I usually start with it in front of me.
cool, love that.
That way, when I get myself set up, like core brace, feet about hip width apart, probably a little too far for that.
Yep, okay.
When I unlock my knees and reach forward, when it swings, it's already got the
I'm
momentum.
liking all the things you said I like. Evan, anything to add or anything that you disagree with? No?
I just make sure you're gonna good posterior hinge. Get
Okay.
a good brace. and
Okay.
You're gonna start that when you'll start the swing and then.
Okay. So I agree with both of you. Now, I just really like to have a consistent pattern to how I have my people swing their kettlebells
Mhm.
from the first rep. So let's go through like a little step-by-step process here that I teach all the time to everybody. Why don't we have the two of you get on these sides of the kettlebells, so closer to the mirror, and I'm gonna grab a bell as well, so I have a reference. All right.
I remember this.
You do? Okay. I figured at some point I might have been taught both of you. All right, so here's how I like to start so that we know we're always doing the same thing every time. Toes to bell. So bring those toes to the bell. So if I took a full stride away from the bell, I might be a little too far with the bell's out of my reach. So this is hard to visualize, but like 3/4 of a
Oh,
step
you're
away.
talking about your 45, 45.
You got it.
Boom.
Exactly there. So like for me, this is a pretty much like the ideal spot, but I've done this thousands of times. So how do I know if I'm the right distance away? Well, what Nate said, I unlock my knees and I hinge. It's like a little bit of a reach, but I can grip. That's the sweet spot. So let's go through that together real quick. Toes in the bell, take your step, unlock your knees and hinge, reach grip, and then hang out right there. All right. The first thing we want to do before we really go anywhere is load the posterior chain. So we're not actually going to swing the bell yet, but here's what I want to do.
Okay.
Weight shift a little bit towards your heels, tilt the bell towards you, and pause. You should just feel tension in your hamstrings. Are you good?
I think we just.
Let's do 5 rocks. So rock back to your start.
Yeah.
Give me 5 of those.
Feel like a great old.
You've never felt more tension in your hamstrings. And you both are doing a good job of having nice neutral spines, by the way. That would be a thing I'd cue if I saw. All right, so once you do your 5th, you can kind of chill for a sec. Come out of there, relax, shake it out. Okay, cool. Now, here's an important thing to look for on this. Do they start to lose their toes when they do that rock back? And because you want to like nip that in the bud, to use a weird expression. I don't really know exactly what it means. If you see that here, once they're up and they're doing this for real, they are definitely losing their toes. So that would be a time to say like, all right, I want you to think about your foot as a tripod, right? I want you to make sure that you have your heel connected, but that's not going to be the issue. I want your big toe pushed into the ground, like there's something underneath there that you don't want to let go. But I also want, like by the pinky toe, I want all that to stay and remain in contact no matter what. There should never be a toe off the ground no matter where we are. You can say that however the hell you want, give internal or external cues, whatever. Just make sure that's a thing. All right, now, our next stop is just a single swing. Because we're not going to go to full sets yet, right? Because we don't know how things are going to look after just one swing, so let's not give them 10 yet. So we go toes to our bell, we take our step away, we're going to hinge our hips, we're doing all the same stuff, and I'm going to just do a single swing. It looks like this.
Like when your arms sitting at your side and you're just full elbow bend.
So what hopefully you noticed was I hiked, I did my swing. Now I don't want to like try to cut my momentum here. Like let's go with momentum. Let it go back between my legs and then sit right here. And what you can actually do is it end up in the same spot and you can stay there and then we can do another single swing. So let's make that our goal. So start from the beginning if you don't mind. What are you laughing at me for?
Remember that was my problem.
Oh, I do now. I do now. Yeah.
Always was afraid I was gonna hit my.
I forgot until that. Yeah. All right. So start from the beginning. Take the bell. Take your step.
I just want to see how.
Soften knees, hinge your hips, grip your bell. All right, you're going to turn the rock into a single swing whenever you're ready. Go for it.
I just want to make sure you will.
Oh, I need way more weight.
Yeah, probably. All right. So, maybe you look good. The only thing I'd say is you didn't like kind of finish. You get
Yeah.
tall on that.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Don't worry about that.
One
Let's see
more?
it again. Yeah, give me a single again. And don't even let it go this time. Like put it back down the ground right where it is.
Breather. And.
Uh-oh.
Tom.
Yeah.
Okay. So getting closer and closer. You're still
Yeah.
not totally finishing. Like so the
I'm trying
height
to
that
keep my toes on the ground.
God, okay. So let's see if you can put that all together. Like, we want to get you right back here. The height that you
Okay.
start at, like right now standing, is where you want to get.
Where I want to be.
Let's see.
I'm gonna pay-
Finish with your hips, probably the best thing I can tell you.
pay for this tomorrow.
Hey, they did it. Beautiful.
I have a
Cool.
feeling the 5 might be.
All right, Evan, let's just see you.
Easy.
Feel it out with this.
Yeah, whatever weight you want, man. Like, no
I still
judgment.
want to try it with you.
Like, not out loud, at least in my head. Yeah, sure. Yep.
We'll do the push-ups.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just don't like it.
All right, so I'd have someone like, look, this is time consuming, right? Like, we can agree to that, and people paying like per minute if you really look at this. So I would just kind of teach like maybe this session 1 when I've never introduced this before, and I'm done for that session. And now hopefully they can remember, all right, I remember this, remember how to get to the bell, I remember my single split. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Next session, maybe we do multiples, or maybe that's as far as you go. Maybe you have to do
We'll get
5 or
there.
6 swings at a
We'll get
time, but we go no more than that, and you're not trying to fix problems yet. So on that note, let's pretend like this is the end of that first session, and you're like, can I do a couple in a row? Because you're gonna probably get asked that. And say, all right, sure. Let's do 5 in a row. Let's see what you look like.
That's better than 1 for me.
Understood. All right, let's see these 5.
Good.
Breathe, embrace, bring your things in. Taller, Maeve.
What I'm looking.
Yes, Maeve.
Want to try to keep those.
5, good. All right, Evan, you're up.
Stacked, the elbows stacked with the wrist.
Okay, so. what do I-
Good.
So it would be more about like how far.
Dale, relax. Okay. So I'd say like overall, right now, we're not fixing problems. I like
Or-
what I saw.
I think
really
that's
like it.
about
So if that was the
where you
outcome of that
might
first
be
session,
fixing.
it was a good day.
Good.
All right, so now, next session.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we might want to get more into the business of like fixing issues. So one really important thing is like, are they breathing? And if they're not, go back to them. And then after you've got that breathing state pretty well established,
More stable.
now-
position,
Okay,
you can take a step back.
especially on like the way.
Hip hinge mechanics are actually number 1. If that's a disaster, revisit your hip hinge.
That you want to do on the way.
if
Yeah.
that's good,
Yeah.
then
We
we
teach
breathe.
you all this now,
And then if that's all good, then we start to
Some-
check on the
some, like,
breathing.
full range of
Because
motion
we have
stuff, we
permission
already
for
have
Evan to
that.
poke at you as you swing your kettlebell.
Exactly.
Okay, so Evan, there's 2 primary places that
Yeah,
you
you're
want
already
to check.
doing
What
the
I
way
did
now,
on you.
but
We want to do a
way
little
up.
poke of the abdominals, and they're always supposed to be on. And then on the way up, that's when you're supposed to feel glute. So would you mind doing 5 swings, and Evan, you're gonna karate chop her, like, none of that. Obviously, we can go here, we can go there, just in a non-creepy way.
5 swings in a
Let's go
row.
5, yeah. So Evan, you let her get her first one in and then
Yeah.
check. All right, Evan, check.
Good.
Glutes, check glutes,
Good.
and relax.
Good.
All right, so what do you think? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And did you feel like you had it all on? Okay, and sometimes if someone doesn't have it on, and that last
Last one
poke,
here.
and they're like, oh yeah, that thing. So just like any like tactile cueing that you do in anything, like, like I'll push your hand into my knee, or like, don't let me push your knee into your shoulders. Yeah, like all of a sudden they're like, oh, that thing, yeah, I gotta do
It's
that.
okay.
sorry,
With you now?
tired on the last.
All right,
It's
maybe you
okay.
can poke Evan now, with Evan's permission. Evan, do we have your permission?
Looking good, except.
Can
for
we
that
get a
last
blanket
one.
permission to poke you up for the remainder of this session? Okay, and I got you too?
Yes.
All right, for me, you're right, let me get this first one in, and then you're going.
Check like right at the
All
top.
right.
Abdominals and glutes. And like that could be, from the side, you don't wanna be in front of them, obviously, so.
I don't want to get whacked in the face today.
Hey, let me check your glutes, but I'm gonna stand right behind you.
Right in front of you.
Great job.
That's why our stuff can't get like actually used for education.
Yeah, not like not in a formal way, no.
Got him, you set every rep.
No.
Okay.
And Bella, cool, was it on?
Yep.
Awesome, all right, now,
My eyes
let's
are rolling,
say,
I'll be honest.
let's say you did that, but we just didn't get the outcome that we wanted. So, again, it's not like doing this drill over there always helps the thing that you're trying to get better, but sometimes there's crossover. So I love doing a high tension play. And then I'm gonna cue you like I would anybody else. What you want, Max, or you want your kids to do on the ground? It's like 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, all right, hit the deck. So high tension plank, I wanna make sure we're on the same page. It's probably different terminology for this, but this is what I called this a million years ago. This is elbows down, right? You don't physically go anywhere, but you're thinking about pulling your elbows to your toes and your toes to your elbows, which kind of creates a little bit of a hollow situation, okay? So on your forearm, let's say on 3. So 1, 2, 3, and roll elbows to toes, toes to elbows. So here's the thing I always say. This is what you should feel at the top of your swing. You have a nice, tall, neutral spine. You have lots of engagement in your abdominals, and your glutes are on. Done. Relax. So that for that split second in time, that's how much tension we want at the top of our swing.
Nice.
And right now, you 2 swinging the bells you're swinging, you don't need to have that because you're not going to get like ripped out.
Yeah.
But again, because me, I'm a meathead. Like sometimes I'll swing 2 24-kilogram bells simultaneously, right? So that's like 100 and whatever pounds. Everything better be on and be super tight at the top.
Yeah.
And the whole concept of like Russian kettlebell training or whatever strong first is like whether you're swinging with this weight or the 110 pounds I just talked about, it looks the same and feels the same. So for your next set, I want your engagement of your abdominals and your glutes and your pelvic floor, all that stuff, that much tighter than it just was. So let's go for 5 swings. We're trying to do that.
Gotta see that sometime, 100-pound swings.
Yeah, I kind of want to
They're
see that
fun.
too, actually.
I can help you with that. Watch like today with the day something wrong. You do them all the time. All right, it's on you guys. So again, the tightness at the top is the difference maker here, okay?
Let's go one separately at a time.
So now just go. Every time it gets down here. All right, so you guys. Think about that tightness at the top. I'll check. Yup. Yeah. Yeah, relax. All right, now, there's a thing we didn't address yet.
What's today's date?
There's another area that we want to intentionally engage. What if? Oh, yeah. So down there, right, you thought about your abs and your glutes.
At the bottom, lats.
Okay, so there's, I guess, two of them. What I was going after was.
Quads.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Dude,
you want,
that split second of lockout.
you want glutes and quads firing at the top.
Hard, man. So like, when you're planking, you're also doing that because you got your knees locked and you're pulling your elbows to your toes. You didn't even realize, but your shins are engaged, your quads are engaged, you're pushing your glutes and your abs. So it's all this posterior chain stuff. That So like, really, those are all the things, but you can see like, you can't say all this in the first section. There's no fun in that way. But what you could do though is instead say, hey, all the things that you feel in this plank right now, I want you to feel all those same things. Got me conceptually at least? Okay, now, same family, kinda, but a little bit different in some ways. So let's say the issue that you had early on, where you weren't finishing with your hips, right?
Yes.
Can we think of any way like we can create a drill that might help me a little bit with that? I can think of two really quickly, but do you have any? So she's not finishing with her hips, that's in her swing.
I mean, you can stick her in a bridge and say, hang out here and just, and you could literally force her to do that. You could have her.
That's it. So that's option one.
She isometric, you could have her do something for.
I'm also in the bridge.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm down with both of them. So either a dynamic one or a static one. Then we go more towards dynamic personally. It's good. Do you have an idea too? Same concept.
Same concept.
So I'm gonna.
It goes-
Like a hip thrust instead.
Okay.
Could be a hip thrust, but you're kind of stealing from him. So yeah, I'll take that. Or we can just go with the band, right? The band, right? Where we're pulling someone into that position. And then they got
I'm gonna.
fight to get here. No, any of those
I was
work.
gonna say even just a
do-
block, but you could all this super. You
Yeah.
fit in another firing and everything.
Because like the thing that you had for those first swings are something that I've seen people kind of have. And they're just not getting tall.
Well, I guess you want. It's a spot.
Yeah, then you might incur too much knee bend.
Even.
Alright, so really quick, can I do a drill? Get on your back.
Did we do?
Alright, so look, not quite the same, right? But like, this should work pretty well. I just don't know if you're gonna slide or not, maybe with your socks, but let's find out. So go ahead, bend your knees, sit up like you're in a bridge. Alright, so we can add this extra piece of the puzzle, right? Because we also want this engagement, right? Give me what looks like a kettlebell arm position at the top of the swing. They would be in line with your shoulders. And can you crisscross like you're holding that bell? Alright, I'm gonna push on you a little bit. Drop your shoulders, make sure there's no shrug. And you feel like your
Am I
hands on a
trying to
little bit?
fight you?
Yeah, just meet my pressure. Hands are on. Bridge. Well, squeeze the heck out of those glutes, come right back up. Let's go like 3 more. Now I'm gonna be meaner. Good. A little meaner. How about one more? And then, surprisingly hard. Is that agreeable? Why don't we flip jobs? Do you mind being the one that does it? And still give me the pressure? So again, this technically would fall into 2 different categories. Activation, right? But also like helping to clean up those hip hinge mechanics where it's just like, I want you to finish and you're teaching them really how to finish.
Yeah.
So let's go for it. Evan's gonna love this. All right, so give him a little bit and then give progressively more. Just Evan, make sure like you got some ribs down and there's no shrug. All right, go for it.
You can order just like that.
Good, progressively give him more up to 5.
To your chest here, trying to let it drift too far away.
I've never thought of something like this.
Simple.
With the arms, yeah.
That's from my buddy Eric. Miller, who's
Everything's
an
just
old,
feeling sore.
Track coach. You have not bad, but we'll want that. And done and relax. Cool. All right, so look, we got a couple different drills to fix some stability oriented stuff.
Here.
Great. So again, we want always this on, we want that
Just wanna
on.
make sure
all the
like.
way up. Okay, cool. So we got that, but
Not pushing through. some-
let's say, I don't know, you just noticed though, it's the other end of the swing that's problematic. They don't necessarily have bad hip hinge mechanics, right?
Two more.
So they finish at the top, they hip hinge correctly, but there's just no depth
Last one.
in this swing. And that's something you're gonna see a ton of,
Definitely.
right? So like,
At the end there.
people will kind of do something.
First few, I
I'll
was
do it.
like, oh man, maybe.
That was me
Well, I
first.
was worried.
That was, the stuff was probably me right now too.
So I'll give you good, bad, good, bad, good, bad,
How
back
did
and forth, and hopefully there's a clear enough difference that you can see it.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah,
Bad,
okay, yeah, yeah,
Good.
those ones towards the end there weren't.
bad. Got me?
weren't looking too bad.
So that's the thing that you're looking for. So it's like, they're not really truly loading that punch to your chain in the way you want them to. Because if we think about it, like,
Because
this isn't
you're
a
getting-
full-on true legit plyometrics. I understand that, I think you understand that, but like, there should still be like that loading of the rubber band concept at the bottom of these swings. We get depth, we do. If we
Yeah.
don't get depth, we never get it. So, really easy fix.
Yeah, yeah, I mean,
What's
if,
that?
if you're already feeling a little sore.
Let's focusing on total body power, so.
I'm about to say.
Totally.
Yeah, let's try lighter weight next time.
There's
Then,
a reason I'm in here, I swear.
I'm not gonna throw too much on the blood stuff, since everything else is.
Alright. It doesn't actually need to be a clipboard. But right now, it's gonna be a clipboard. Maybe I'm picking on you more because Evan can't move too well. Can I pick on you again?
Let's do some strength up.
Alright,
Figure it out, Evan.
I don't know if you're out.
so you don't wanna do this on the first swing. But here's where you go. So now we're living in this world where you consistently don't get good depth on your swings, okay?
Okay.
So don't worry about doing that. But go ahead, set up. Can we do 8 swings, okay? So this is called the clipboard drill, but it could be a foam roller, it could be anything, it could be your hands. Alright, let's see.
Four. Where you go?
Hit the clipboard. Not rocket science.
Oh.
25 right here.
Keep doing what you're doing. I'm out.
So all we're doing, staying close to the cable.
And down. Okay. So like, to be clear, we're not doing all these drills for fun. Just like anything else as a movement coach, you see a problem and your job is to fix it as quickly as you possibly can. You get the result you want with the fewest words or things, right? So like, everything that I've showed you so far is because it's a solution to a problem or a potential solution, because everyone learns differently, right? So like, their hip hinge mechanics fall apart. All right, well, let's just get the dowel on their back and see if that works. So maybe we put them in the prisoner's pose. All right, they don't have good depth at the bottom. We use this. You don't like the way the position looks at the top. Well, you actually can use the high tension apply for that as well, right? Or we can go into that bridge movement there. We don't like their activation. We can do the bridge thing, or we can do
Alright.
or the bridge thing or the plane.
I think we were
So,
close there.
Does this one make sense? How it's like there's a problem and then here are a couple
Minus
different
5
things
and
that might work.
to be able to hit a full set of
All right,
10
now
without feeling.
this would
gassed
fall
by
into
like
the same
10,
category of lack of tension at the top. I had you swing a few times online, so whatever bell you want. So can you purposely go into extension at the top for me? Which is a pretty common thing. So like, you don't do a good job of locking in here. Getting back there. So like the joke back in the day was that this is a gangster lean.
Yeah.
So give me a gangster lean at the
I was
back.
about to say, game on the
Or try
top
to top.
might be a challenge, we can do something.
Whichever
else.
bell you want, wherever you go. Just go 5.
Alright. Here you are.
Yep. Maybe a little less than that, but
Let's
Did
not
you see
break
that,
our-
Jason?
yeah.
I haven't
You all right over
done
there?
that.
I might not be after these 5.
By tomorrow, no. Right now, he's okay. Alright, so give us a little, yeah.
Looking good, looking good.
Okay, you're bad at, you're bad at doing that. You're bad at doing those poorly. So, we're talking something kind of like this. I just don't put the brakes on at the right time. So you see how I have
Like
that
leaning
extra
too far
extension?
forward in the hips and stuff.
So I got extension, I'm not like taking my ribs down and in, there's no hollow in me. You can say the same thing different ways. So like, guess what? We already did a high tension plank. There's a decent chance that that will help. So if you really want to like be focused on this with the client and like that's the thing, you say, all right, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna do a 15-second high tension plank, and then you're gonna do 5 swings. And we're gonna do that 5 times. Doesn't sound like a whole heck of a lot, but if you really do the full-on activation that you two just did a minute ago, and then you're like, I want you to be that tight at the top of those swings, it's actually not fucking hard. So it can be that simple. It doesn't mean that that's gonna do the trick for her or him, but like at least they understand like, all right, this is the thing to feel at the top. This is the thing to feel at
Yeah,
the
you're
top.
doing
And
good.
then they do it. Okay, yeah, it's getting better. Let's do that again and again and again. By the end, they're like, all right, yeah, I think I got it. So what's another really quick obvious thing that you think you might be able to do to help fix that? That isn't like a fix off to the side, but it's something that you can do live while they're actually doing the swim. Any ideas? It's tactile.
Put your hand on your head.
Hand where? Okay, I didn't even think about that one. I like that
On
one a
their
lot.
back.
So hand on his head but yeah.
I feel like that'd be kind of weird in your swing though.
Yeah, you have to, yeah, but what if you just put your hand where you want them to go to stop, but they're not allowed to push through you? Does that make sense?
That's what it was.
So it's like, here's your stopping point. Or if for some reason you don't want to be there, and actually it's in a video we haven't put out yet, we did a like a closed loop band, like a pull-up assistance band, put it here, and then I did my swings, and my job was to feel the band but never push through the band.
I think it is up.
What's that? No, then maybe there is,
I
okay.
think
Then
it is.
it's up.
Well, I only got 2 so far, so.
Yeah, so like, does this all sort of like making sense
Can't be
so far,
very
it's on a
conditional.
small level? Yeah, cool. All right, we'll get to Turkish get-ups in a little bit, we'll spend about 15 minutes on that. But there's 2 other things you still haven't even addressed with the swing yet, your stats crazy, right? So we haven't addressed speed at all, and we haven't addressed the sequence on the way down. So speed is a really easy one, did we do this one too, the chop and pop,
Yeah, I'm not.
or not yet?
Oh.
Okay.
Too much.
So this one's gonna make you
Just
feel
wanna see if
totally
this is
simple, but it works well. All right, so imagine you wanna do everything for a vertical jump without ever leaving the ground. Because that's kind of what a kettlebell swing is, in a lot of ways, think about it, so 1, 2, come right here,
Good, I just want you to see
face me.
how far down you can pull it.
Now, the only thing I'd say is like, we're gonna get, oh, no, never mind, get your feet about where you would be for your kettlebell swing.
I guess that.
So is that, but like, so here's our deal, right, like, so here's our front plank, right, our high plank, this is our top position, right? So the chop, right, is gonna be, I'm gonna karate chop my thigh, so you're gonna hear a little bit. Wait, oh, I missed. So you hear how like I heard that little like slap in my thighs, so there's my chop, and there's my pop. This represents the top of our swing. This is teaching them much faster with their hips. Just give me one.
Chop and pop?
Yep, but yeah. Go for it, the whole
I feel
thing.
like it's
Chop and
a little
pop.
bit.
Yes, look.
Feel
Ow.
like it's-
Maybe slap like a little like. Yes, okay. You did a double slap, but that's okay. All right, so can we go? Here's our goal.
Just about.
5 in a row. And then when you pick up your belt and
That's that
thing right
one.
afterwards,
What I'm
move
looking
your
for.
hips faster than like something that looks closer to this than the swings you were giving me before. With me the idea? Give me 5, go, chop and pop.
Now we're doing without the belt.
And come up fast too, yep,
Okay.
no belt,
So,
Yup.
it's like-
We're not chopping our legs on the way up, right?
just down.
Confident.
Faster!
Dude, my-
Wait, that was bad.
I had to move this fast. I'm like,
I'm sorry, Dave, 2 more, yep, 1 more. But like come up with those quickly too, like that's part of this, right?
Two?
Yep,
I can have.
Yes, one more.
Once. All right.
I think you're overthinking it.
You can-
Done, swing your belt for a 5, swing much faster. We want no lazy hips. Jason gets so mad at his hips,
The fact that Jason's watching from afar, it was like.
judging you so much.
Better.
All right, 5, let's go, pop. Yes, it's faster.
Definitely.
Look. Good luck, Evan.
hopefully my hamstring.
It's okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a note, I'm gonna make a note.
Was that faster?
That was faster.
Oh, God.
My defense, I just moved the other
Yeah,
way too.
great job. No, but you were faster. That's all I want out of that. Right? And there's like other drills that we can do to try to increase speed. Like anything in that family where they just understand like move your hips fast. That's what it comes down to. But I just for the record, like we talked about this earlier, it was kind of like this order of things we want to fix and make sure are in place first. So like all the beginning stuff with how I approach my bell is step 1. I know I keep reviewing, but I don't want to get like lost in the weeds. I'm giving you so much.
It'd probably not be good to go fast and have a lot of one more extension, I guess.
Exactly that. So like, do they have
Not
big
feeling like
hands?
your dad.
Right, that was really critical, right? Fun, they got them. Can they breathe? Cool. Can they race? Cool. Can they put all that together? Yes. Now we add some tempo and some speed. So I wouldn't do it in really any other order. Maybe you can argue like, if you're doing not a lot of swings, maybe you can mix up like the bracing and the breathing. I wouldn't do that, but maybe you could do that. But this is definitely towards the end of the walk. All right, now,
Yeah,
here's where shit gets kind of hard.
yeah.
The downswing sequence on most people is wrong.
Couple ideas we can share about that.
So the way up kind of has to
Yeah.
happen the right way, otherwise you're not gonna get there.
External
And what that would really be
support.
is hip
You know, could have
extension
you do it like. in front of the squat rack.
Belts.
So holding on to that.
Now, the way down, though, there's two different paths. Here's the common path.
Anything that.
Hip
you
flexion.
Support yourself with.
Arms
so you
come
feel
way.
confident going
With me?
down.
Here's your other option.
Exactly. Yeah,
Arms close the
thinking
gap,
we do that.
and then we're here. So, let's play a fun little game. You ready?
Played this game before.
This is for you.
Yeah, yeah, cause it's not like with the.
Hey, this is for you.
We're still trying to go.
I don't think that's the before.
All right, hold it really tight to your chest.
Gotta work on
Like, get a good grip on there so you feel comfortable. Is that heavy? No. All right, let's see if you can even get there. Brace your core. Can you get to full extension and
Yeah,
come back?
that's what I got you at right there.
And come on back. Which felt way heavier?
Full extension.
Yes! Okay, so that's why the downswing sequence matters so much. So if we don't do it in the right order.
Actually, a good chest press exercise.
So the further that bell is from the center of our mass, the more stressful it is to maintain our like neutral position. Is that agreeable? So here's my question now. Which one is better? One or two? Two. Now, that's great, but it's pretty freaking hard to do correct. Because Eric gave the best cue on this in the history of the world. And it won't work so well for you. Okay? But it'll work really well for you.
Worked for me.
And the cue is play chicken with your man. Is what he always used to say to a bunch of middle school boys. And they'd laugh and they'd giggle, but they would remember and it would change the way they.
Sorry, this is the last one.
So here's what you're trying to do. Top of your swing. So think about it. The swing really is one effort. It's this huge effort here, right? Then the bell floats. Then the bell floats back down. And then you actually have the momentum of your bell to carry you here. So it's actually one effort only. Most people feel like it's two words. So let's sequence this together. Take a step forward. Arms ground front. Let's just sequence this thing. Okay, you ready? So let's get the arms down at least 50%, if not 2/3. Close the gap, close the gap, close the gap, hinge. Snap hips, arms are second. Are you ready? Close about 2/3, hips go nowhere. Hinge. Good, give me a few more. Oh, you're going early with your hips.
No, they don't like this.
Oh, you have to stand. Look, just stand up. Down, go.
Mhm.
Good.
Mhm. You're welcome. Yep, that's Tom up next.
Like the rest of my form isn't good because I'm just
Yeah.
thinking so much.
If I see you on a Tuesday,
And-
Thursday, I need to be aware.
All right, so look, here's the deal. That's it. Now there's drills I can give. But now that you know this, and I can say with some confidence, that wasn't exactly how your swings were going earlier.
Now I know.
Can you make that happen or something closer to that? Now, here's what's gonna be really weird. A now good swing is gonna feel really weird and not a good. It was gonna feel bad. You're gonna feel like you're gonna fall on your face. Good, my bottom. This is the last thing to fix because it's the hardest thing to fix. All right, do your thing,
Same
man.
thing on the way up too, right?
What's that?
Like same thing on the way up on my hips.
Wednesdays at
Hip
1 o'clock,
snap.
you know,
So it's like- From the bottom, it's
Okay.
hips, arms,
Is what we
and
did,
then
huh?
it's arms. hips. So what you really have to get comfortable with is like just standing here, waiting for the bell to fall while your brain is screaming, "Oh my God, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna die." You won't die. Probably.
Probably.
That's it. Like that confidence I instill in you guys.
Okay, that first one's bad.
Oh, but you wait, no, that was it. That was
Was
it
it?
though. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was it.
But you do feel like you're gonna.
But you feel like you're gonna fall and die.
Kind of.
You gotta wait longer, bud. That really wait. Evan's done for the day. Evan's done. That's enough.
Let's keep going.
That's why I don't wanna do it. My hamstring. doesn't
That's
work.
okay. You can be good. Oh, that was it. Yep, getting better.
But that was it.
You're 50-50.
Okay.
No. So like another thing that you can do that people fucking hate because you're like, you don't stop, get out of my way, is just be here for a second. So like in a live swinging scenario, I can just put my hand right here in your tailbone. And then you can't hit.
No, I
You
can't.
feel like legs can't. So you gotta let your legs come down, come off, right?
Because what most of the time is gonna be a limiting factor when it comes to squat depth?
Got me? Do you wanna try it, or
Yeah.
are you not in?
A lot of.
Why don't we scoot this way so we don't break the mirror?
They don't.
And stuff is I know where my hips are supposed to go. I don't.
Your hips are just not willing to go there.
Time.
Alright, then when we're done with this, we're gonna just do one last thing that's just fun. In the end, we won't even get to get ups today, but maybe not a bad thing to stay focused on one thing.
Hey,
Alright, I'm gonna let you get 3 in, and then I'm not gonna let you early, flex your hips. 1, 2,
Now, some of it.
Three.
might be ability for it, but-
wait, yes. Wait, yes. Wait, yes. Wait, yes. Done. So, buddy, but you got the idea?
Yeah.
So like you were trying to push on me too.
Yeah.
I just was, I'm so
Oh,
big,
that's-
I'm so
yeah.
big and strong, obviously, I was able to
Yeah.
stop. I'm joking about it. Alright, we good? Alright, so we, just 2 last things.
Huh.
So I'm jumping around a little bit in fairness, and I do apologize for that, because this material isn't as fresh in my head as it used to be, because it's been since COVID that I've taught this regularly. I wanna do one other thing
I mean,
that's helpful for people,
Mhm.
okay? And Maeve, you're the only one who can do this right now, so I'm so sorry, so you're the big winner. But guess what?
I feel like it.
So you know the concept of the flywheel?
Yes.
What is that general concept?
However much force you put in.
Yep, it's
Force
foot out. And is way, like, and what happens is the eccentric gets way harder.
that's
Yeah,
limiting.
okay.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make your eccentric way harder.
Okay.
I'm gonna spike your kettlebell. So you're gonna get to the top of your swing, and I'm gonna not go hard at first, but I'm gonna push a little bit, and push a little harder, and push a little
Push it
harder,
down?
until I'm throwing that kettlebell down at the ground. You ready? So what's also gonna happen is, remember how I said earlier when I swing the 110 pounds, I have to be as tight at the top as I can be? Yeah.
Because it's coming down fast.
Yes.
Saturday.
Is that what you're trying to do, is get me braced harder so that when I get to the bottom, I
Yeah,
have to control more?
Braced harder, but you're also, because I'm pushing you so fast into the eccentric, your concentric action is faster.
Okay.
Because we're loading that rubber band.
Okay.
Got it? Alright, I'm gonna let you go 3, and then how about, can we try to do 5 together? Don't not breathe. I love a good double negative. Let's go.
5 years. They've remodeled the place and everything. Haven't been there
2. Alright, here we go. Ready? Gentle at first. We know that's gentle. All gets me faster. Here we go. 3. Fast. 1, 2. Last one is a hard one. Bail rock.
Good job.
So did that make a difference?
Yeah.
Were you forced to brace harder?
Yes.
I'd argue that you moved a little bit faster with that, but I think you were guarding it a little bit.
I was
Like you
definitely
weren't just
guarding
like going with it down.
Yeah.
Alright, I promise you to a double 24-kilogram kettlebell swing. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Stupid human tricks.
That's my workout for the day. I did so many kettlebell swings.
You can't decelerate.
Yeah, I'll take the sword for days.
Yeah. Carry the rest of the stuff.
Alright, now this is just dumb, but hey, it's on camera. Let's go. Alright, so I have to open up my stance.
That was probably dumb of me doing that.
Alright, I gotta open up my stance a little bit, otherwise I don't have the physical space for my belts to get in between, so like, I'm almost like sumo style, to have the room for it to get through.
Oh, dude, that's kind of.
A lot of rounds. Possible.
Yeah, well. I had that info with the lot of that.
Hey, there it was.
Give me some of that.
There you go.
No, I'm gonna stand on the other side and I'm gonna push both of them down.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna die.
Kidding.
Alright, hey, that's our day. Thank you, everybody.